In this lesson, we'll see how to kill the particles based on their position. When you open the scene called cup start, you'll notice in the scene I have a cup and I have a surface. And if I hit 4 on the keyboard, you see I created an emitter inside the cup. And if I go ahead and hit play, as you see the particles going up. The idea is to kill the particles when they reach specific position. We can kill them by using the collision event editor, and when they collide with the surface, they will die. But I want to show you how to use the expressions to kill them. So let's get started. So let's select the end particle 1, and if I go to the particle render type and change that to numeric and type position, as you see every particle has 3 values. For example, this is the X and Y and Z. What I want to do now, I want to extract just the Y value. So I don't want to see the X and Z in the viewport. So we need to create a custom attribute. So if I scroll down and click on General, and here in the name, we want to type, for example, max. If you type POS, this will give you an error. So you can type any name you want, but some names gives you some errors, okay? So let's choose max for that. And here make sure you check on per particle array. We want to change the data type to float. Make sure it's float because we want just one value. If you select vector, this will give you 3 values again. So we need to select float in order to see just one value in the viewport. And let's click OK. As you see, the max attribute is here. If you don't see the max attribute, just go between the tabs to update the attribute editor. And now if I go up and type max, as you see now, I can see just one value in the viewport. Of course, we didn't make any changes to the max value, and this attribute will do nothing. So we need to go back and let's right click and choose creation expression, and we can change that here runtime after dynamics or before dynamics. So let's type a simple expression here. So we need to separate the position. So let's type vector and let's create a variable POS position equal n particle shape S with capital S shape 1 dot position and semicolon. So now I want to separate the variable we created to 3 values. So let's do that. So $POS equal and less than, and this time I want to type $POS and now dot X, and we want to extract the X and Y and Z. So again $POS dot Y and comma and $POS dot Z, lowercase z of course, and let's close that and semicolon. And now if I hit create, again nothing gonna happen, and now we want to assign the $POS to the max value or max attribute we created. So let's go to the 3rd line, and now let's type in particle shape 1, and this time dot max. I want to assign the max to the $POS dot Y and semicolon. This is important. And now if I hit edit, and now let's go back, and now we should see the values. As you see now, just we can see the Y position of the particles. Great. So now let's kill the particles when they reach the surface. So how we can see the value of the Y of the surface? As you see, it's near to 1.5, but we can use the measure tool to do that. So let's go to the first frame, and if I come to create, you'll notice here I have measure tools, and I can create the distance tool. And let's go to the side view, and let's hit 4 on the keyboard. And now let's click somewhere here and near to the surface, somewhere here. Okay, so as you see, the position is 1.57. okay, so now let's delete the measure tool. Okay, and let's go back to the perspective view, and now let's open the expression editor. Okay, so let's see where is the expression. This is our expression. So let's continue. So now we want to type if the end particle shape 1 dot max attribute, if the max attribute was greater than, for example, 1.5, let's type 7, or we can leave it as 1.5, it's okay, and semicolon. Sorry, we need to close the parentheses and then semicolon. And now in the, I forgot that we don't have to set a semicolon here. So if you set the semicolon here, you will get an error. Okay, so make sure you don't set one here. So now let's open the parentheses, curl parentheses this time, and again to the next line. And now in particle shape 1 dot, now this time life span pp equal to -1 and semicolon, and again to the next line, close parenthesis and semicolon again. And now if I hit edit, as you see, we don't get any error. So let's see, let's hit 4 on the keyboard, and let's hit play and see what we get. Let's change the particle to points. Okay, and now if I hit play, I am wondering why it's not. Oh, we forget to turn the lifespan mode to lifespan pp only. This is important. I forget to do that. So let's hit play again. As you see, now we are killing the particle based on their position. So that's it for this lesson. See you in the next lesson.